Hello, my name is Leila. I'm the wine director at Reed's Fine Foods and Reed's Runaway Gourmet. Our journey takes us to the island of Sardinia, perhaps the most exclusive and most beautiful Mediterranean island. It is beautiful beyond imagination. Enchanting beaches, pristine turquoise waters, breathtaking landscape, and please let's not forget delectable regional cuisine and of course fabulous wines. What an honor it is to meet you and be able to talk about your wines. Antonio is the owner of Argiolas winery in Sardinia. Antonio, if I have to say something about the wines coming from Sardinia, would you say that the grapes that are used into making the wine is an adaptation of a lot of international grapes like Cannonau, Fort Grenache, with the exception of the white one, of course, the Vermentino, which is Vermentino in Sardinia is the one that you're using now. But Carignano for Carignan, I mean, is that true, or can you add something to that?
In Sardinia point of view, if we talk about, for example, the Cannonau, we strongly believe that the Cannonau is indigenous varieties that come from Sardinia and then go out from Sardinia and go to the Mediterranean area. The key point of this question is the Isola dei Nuraghi, that is the island of Nuraghi, the Nuragic population that was one of the oldest population that was in Sardinia, like 3,000 years ago. And we can prove that Cannonau was present since the Nuragic.
So even before Spain claimed it,
because usually we
indigenous.
think that the Cannonau, the Grenache come from Spain and then went in Sardinia during the colonization of the Spanish.
Right. Okay. I see your point.
But we found the seeds of the Cannonau in the Nuraghe, that is the megalithic tower that the Nuragic people built 3,000 years ago.
Right.
We found the seeds of the Grenache inside this.
The very inception, let's say, of what the grape is all about
and then
today.
we strongly believe that
I don't blame you.
Cannonau.
This is an unbelievable way to start this interview to find out that actually most of us thinking that Grenache is a grape that started in France, in Spain, now is, from the island of Sardinia. And if we go back and read all the history of the island, it's extremely believable that it actually originated in Sardinia.
Is our point of view, yeah.
Well, Antonio, I'm fascinated by soils. And I'm thinking that they impart a tremendous, in the final result of a wine. And so Sardinia is an island, so I can see that you have wind blowing sand constantly for thousands of years. So can you add anything to that?
Sardinia is recognized as one of the oldest land in Europe. And for that we have 1,000 different soils.
Layers and layers and layers.
But for our estate, the main important soil is the limestone and the clay.
Limestone and the clay.
And clay. These are the two main. And also we have a percentage of marl. Marl. But also we have one estate that is in the south part of the island, in the Sulcis area, where we grow the Carignano, that is 90% sand soil with a little bit of clay. And for that reason, we can grow the vineyard without roots, the American roots. And we can find some vineyard over 100 years old.
Wow. So, it's my understanding as well that the vines strive to, they have to really strive to look for water, right? Because it's very dry. So, so that told us about the composition of the soil, basically, in different parts of the island. I cannot continue this conversation with you without mentioning Giacomo Takis, Il Maestro.
Il Maestro Takis.
Il Maestro
sì.
Takis. Tell us what he has done for the Italian wine industry in general, but more specifically, what he has done for Sardinia and, of course, your winery.
Giacomo Takis is recognized as the father of the wine industry, fine wine industry in Italy. For example, is the father of Sassicaia, Tignanello, the most important red wines, Italian wines, that start to be recognized in the world.
Right.
And we was very lucky to be friend of Giacomo long time ago when my family start to bottle the wines, because for many years my grandfather sell the wine as bulk wine to other wineries. But Giacomo Takis recognized the big power of our wines, and then he said us, why you don't bottle your wines? Why you sell bulk wine?
Right.
Come on. And then my grandfather asked him, okay, we wanna bottle our wines. Can you please help us to build our
vision,
our brand,
your brand and your vision.
And then in the
he
90s,
made it international. So
yeah.
That's the beauty, that whatever he touches basically becomes famous.
Yeah.
So, and of course, not to take away from the hard labor of your family and the
then we have to say thank you to him, because he's one of the most important people in our family.
You cannot read an Italian wine book and not find his name as a constant point of reference. I think I met him, or not met him, I saw him a couple of times in Italy a long time ago. And
he's a fantastic people.
He's an amazing person. So where in the island is exactly your winery? Do you have different parcels in different areas?
We are located in the south part of the island, 20 kilometers north from Cagliari, that is the capital city. And our estate is subdivided in 5 estates. 3 estates are in the north part of Cagliari. One estate is where we are located in a little town close to Cagliari, and one estate is in the south part of the island, in the Sulcis area. South part of the island.
You know, Antonio, I'm thirsty. Let's do this the Italian way. We can keep talking while we drink. So this is the
Costa Molino,
made from
Vermentino grape, 100%.
100%? Okay.
Vermentino di Sardegna.
So let's pour and talk about the color. And I see a tremendous amount of viscosity, which is something that kind of drew me in when I decided to put it by the glass at our wine bar. So
the Vermentino is one of the main...
Beautiful color, as you can see. It's canary yellow.
Yeah.
The nose.
A lot of white flowers.
White flowers,
fresh,
like jasmine. Carnation, actually. White carnation. Very inviting. You can kind of predict what the palate is going to be all about. So what type of maceration do you have?
So this is, we use only stainless steel for this wine.
Stainless steel. So where did you get that roundness from?
Of course, is a selection of different vineyards, and then we have to be very careful during the maturation time, because Sardinia is a very hot land, and then we have to be very careful.
Very careful. I mean, a minute is way too long. It's not like we are in Burgundy, where you can talk about days and it's fine, you know? Okay, so...
Minerality is the first minerality.
Definitely. Minerality driven, but it has the finish is
persistent,
But it's citrusy.
citrus, yeah.
It has so the white flowers on the nose, the viscosity comes from the clones, and to round it up is the palate is just a combination of citrus and minerals. I guess because of the soil.
Of
correct?
course.
Okay, I can see this with a shrimp cocktail, like those jumbo shrimps.
Fantastic.
Cold, fantastic,
Good.
delicious.
We drink also with oysters. Or
Oysters, I can see oysters as well. Oysters is actually coming up into season for travel, so this is it would be a phenomenal
fantastic
partner for it. Okay, let's move on to the reds. And so, what makes your red so complex?
Absolutely, the main important fact is the clones that we use, the varieties. For example, now we have the Costera and Turriga that come from Canonau. We talked before about the Canonau, that is something like Grenache.
Something like Grenache, I love that.
We never use 100% Grenache,
okay.
Canonau, but we always use a touch of Bovale Sardo.
Bovale Sardo, which is indigenous to the word Sardo.
Bovale Sardo, yes, and a little bit of Carignano.
Okay.
These two grapes are very, very important for the complexity of the wine, for the elegance. For us, it's very important, the elegance, the balance.
Let's try it. Let's try it, my friend.
Let's start with... this is our classic Canonau.
What a nice acidity. Beautiful acidity. But a lot of cherry.
Cherry, red fruit.
Raspberry.
Raspberry, yeah.
Cherry. And beautiful acidity. This is a perfect, actually this would be a perfect time for a spring in, summer you can chill it a little, I can see that.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Drop the temperature a little.
Yeah, I'm agree.
So amazing, amazing, really delicious. And now that my palate is really in shape, let's go to
Turriga.
To Turriga.
That is, we was talking before about Giacomo Takis.
Giacomo Takis, exactly.
This is our icon red.
This is like the crew of your state.
Yeah, the most important.
It represents and reflects everything that you family had envisioned in a bottle of wine.
when my grandfather started to collaborate with Takis, I asked him, I have a dream. My dream is to make a wine that have the power to live longer, but not only this, but also we have to use our local grape. We don't want to use international varieties. And then we focus on Canonau, on the Bovale Sardo, Carignano, and a little touch of Malvasia Nera that give acidity that is very important for the life, for the longevity.
They say a taste is worth 1,000 words. I think your vision, your dream has come true. Has come true. It's a spectacular wine. It has always been like this. It has always been one of my favorites. It's a true representation of the soil, the care, the vision, and the persistence of a family trying to make a crew from their estate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Antonio Argiolas, owner of Argiolas Winery in Sardinia. What a pleasure.
Thank you so much.